Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we've got a neat video for you guys. We're going to be unboxing, assembling, and testing out the Kingbull Discover 2.0. So here it is in the box still, and I am going to be working on putting that together. So this video is sponsored by Kingbull. Thank you very much to them. And yeah, I'm gonna get to work. I think I'm just gonna set up a time lapse for the unboxing because I don't want to bore you with all the details, but yeah, let me get to work on that, and then after that we will get to testing out this e-bike. Okay, well, assembly went pretty good. Took a little bit, but it is all done. So here you can see the Kingbull Discover 2.0. And this is a pretty nice ride. So I'm not gonna go through all the specs now. We'll probably do that later, but for now I'm gonna go and yeah, take a ride down the road, see how it performs, see how it works. I did test it a little bit. I had it on the charge a little bit, and so now I'm ready to go and see how it performs. Okay, so I'm leaving home here, and the bike is now almost at full charge, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I've got my camera on the handlebars, that's good. Hopefully it'll take a good video. I'll probably be able to turn it around and take a video of the front later on. So overall, this bike is very smooth, very easy to ride. One thing I really appreciate about this bike, so there's two different kinds of e-bikes. There's ones that have what are called cadence sensors, and then there are others that have torque sensors. Now the difference is, so those are both pedaling sensors. And cadence sensors, they only test if you're pedaling. They just test for rotation, but they don't sense how hard you're pedaling. And torque sensors test how hard you're pedaling. And so basically, when you pedal not very hard, it'll only apply a little bit of power. And the harder you pedal, the more power it outputs. And so it's very natural. It feels very natural, very smooth, very easy. Now, torques, so cadence sensors, they only test for rotation. They only sense rotation. And as soon as you start pedaling even a little bit, it applies full power, 100% power. And so it can be very abrupt if you're not prepared, and it's a very powerful bike, then it can even throw you off balance. So I much prefer torque sensors. They're way more natural, way better, and just easier to use. So this has a torque sensor, and so if I pedal really hard, it applies more power. And if I pedal lightly, it'll apply little power. Very, very nice, very convenient. So I'm gonna get to closer to the end of the road here. I'm almost there. And then turn the camera around. We'll go through some of the specs of the bike. So here we are, and now I think we can take a moment to go through some of the specs. So right here we have the Kingbull Discover 2.0. We have 26-inch by 4-inch fat tires, the back and front. And so these make for a much more comfortable ride. So in my experience, the 20-inch tires are not as preferable to the 26-inch. The 26-inch are much more stable in general, even the steering stability. The other ones can bounce around a lot and be like, they're more sensitive. And so these are a lot more stable, the 26-inch tires. Also better for bumps because they're a bigger tire, and so just a lot smoother in general. So I do prefer 26-inch tires. You have the torque sensor is gonna be in there. You have your Shimano drivetrain here and all your gears right there, your shifter, etc. And you have a 750 watt hub motor right here. And it comes with a very nice rack, very strong rack, which is great. It did come with mirrors too. Now I did not put the mirrors on. I'm not a fan of having mirrors on an e-bike, but if that's your thing, then it did come with them, and so you can put those on as well. Down here we have the brakes. So these are hydraulic disc brakes, and I am a big fan of number one, disc brakes, number two, hydraulic brakes. They are much better than just the standard cable based brakes. So I really like good brakes like these. You have that on the front and rear, which is nice. Another great feature of this bike is it has a front suspension system. So this is an actual adjustable suspension, which is nice. You can lock it if you want as well, if you don't want the suspension to be on, which I will keep it on because it makes for a smoother ride. So adjustable front suspension, which is great. And got your light here. Let me turn that on for you real quick. Yep, looks pretty bright. And then it also does have a horn as well. And that would be about it. You have your, another thing I'm a big fan of too is this style of shifter. So you have your, I don't know what they're called, but I guess I would call them paddle shifters. They're really smooth, really easy. So to go up, you would click this one, and then to go down, you'd click that one. And they work amazing. They're super easy to use, really, really nice. And then you have your throttle, which is a half throttle, so almost like a motorbike throttle, but only half. So pull that, starts going. So yeah, I think that would be a good run through of the specs of this bike. So now let's get back on the road and I'll keep going through some of this later on. So when you turn the bike on, it's a standard e-bike procedure. So if you were to turn it on, if you want your pedal assist, then you would have to click the plus button. You have 1 through 5 of how much or how fast it'll go, how much it'll help you. So I would normally run it in 5. And so, yeah, let's get going. Okay, so I've got my drone going here, and this drone's really nice to follow you around. It has its own dedicated cycling mode, which makes it really nice for, well, cycling, getting good cinematic shots or nice shots while cycling. So yeah, have that following. But anyway, so the top speed of this bike is about 20 miles per hour. Now I know some e-bikes can be unlocked. I am not sure. I have not tried to figure out if this one can be, but you can see here we're easily cruising at 21 miles per hour. Right now it's kind of a slight downhill, and so that is, yeah, it can coast obviously faster, or you can manually pedal it faster than 20. But right now I'm barely putting any effort pedaling at all, and I am easily cruising at 18 miles per hour. So if the bike was unlocked, I'm pretty sure it would go even faster. I'm pretty sure it would be able to, on average, a bike like this should be able to hit like 30 if it's unlocked. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how, if it can be unlocked. So that would be something that you'd have to look into the manufacturer if they allow it to be unlocked. So yeah, overall, it's a very, very smooth bike. It rides great, it performs great. I'm really happy with how it performs for sure. Very stable. Like the handlebars, like I said, on the 20-inch tires, if I were to wiggle the handlebars like this, it would not be as steady as this. And so I much prefer these large 26-inch tires. Well, I think I will turn around, start heading back home. There we go. Okay, well, we are back home and the battery has not even gone down by 1 bar. There is a little bit of flickering on the screen, but that's only on camera. That's not in real life. So here we are. Back home, gonna put the bike on the charge, and that will be it for this video. I think I've gone through all the specifications and everything, and overall I'm really happy with this bike. So if you're interested in purchasing one, there'll be a link in the description below, and I want to say thank you to Kingbull for sponsoring this video. So that'll be all for today. Bye.